All right, let's dive into a story that's been told for centuries, a classic from the Panchatantra. It's all about what happens when cleverness goes head-to-head with raw power. This is a tale of strategy, survival, and a lion's fatal pride.
So here's the big question, right? Can brains really beat brawn? It's a theme you see everywhere, in legends, in history, and even today. This story gives us one very clear, very compelling answer. So let's see how this all plays out.
Okay, so let's set the scene. Our story starts in this deep, dense jungle. It should be a place bustling with life, but instead it's just quiet. Everyone is living under the shadow of one terrifying, powerful ruler.
And this lion, he wasn't just hunting to eat. No, he was greedy, and his hunger was just endless. He was basically tearing his own kingdom apart. A perfect example of what happens when power has no limits. You can just imagine the terror, right? The other animals knew, they just knew, that if this kept up, their world was simply going to vanish.
Now look at this matchup. It's almost laughable, the imbalance here. On one side, you've got the lion. He's the poster child for brute force, pure arrogance. And on the other side, our hero, the rabbit. Small, seems totally defenseless, but he's got a secret weapon, a really smart strategic mind.
So, faced with, total annihilation, the animals figure they have to do something. They decide to face the lion, not with a fight, but with a deal. A really desperate, tragic proposal that was pretty much born out of pure fear.
And here's the grim bargain they make. One animal will volunteer themselves every single day. In return, the lion promises to stop his chaotic hunting spree. But that threat? It just hangs over all of them. If a day is missed, I will destroy the entire jungle. Their entire existence now depends on feeding this lion's ego, day in and day out.
So this awful routine just goes on and on, day after day. Until, one morning, it's the rabbit's turn. But this rabbit, he's different. He looks at this situation, and where everyone else just sees a dead end, he sees an opportunity.
And this right here, this is the moment everything pivots. He just refuses to accept his fate. You see, he's not just thinking about saving himself, he's thinking about his entire community. He decides, nope, I'm going to fight back, not with teeth and claws, but with the one thing he has that the lion doesn't, his brain.
And this is where you see his genius. This isn't just some random idea. It's a carefully planned, four-step psychological attack. Every single step is designed to exploit the lion's biggest weakness, his massive ego. The rabbit is literally going to turn the lion's pride into the weapon that brings him down.
And with that, the rabbit puts his plan into motion. The stage is set for this incredible showdown, the king of beasts versus the king of wits.
Step 1, success. The rabbit shows up and finds the lion just like he expected, absolutely furious, starving, and his judgment is just totally clouded by anger. The lion's already losing control, and the rabbit hasn't even said a single word yet.
Now here comes the bait. The rabbit plays the role of the scared little messenger perfectly, delivering a piece of news he knows the lion's ego just can't handle. He doesn't just make up a rival, he invents a rival who has openly challenged the lion's authority and, to add insult to injury, stole his food.
And there it is. Hook, line, and sinker. The lion doesn't ask questions. He doesn't think for a second. He just roars. His arrogance is so complete, the thought that he could be tricked doesn't even cross his mind. The rabbit's plan is working perfectly.
So now the rabbit is leading this seething, furious lion, not to a fight, but to a place of illusion. An old, deep well is about to become the final stage for this whole drama. The rabbit, cool as a cucumber, gives him the last simple instruction. And just notice the difference here, right? The lion is just a ball of pure rage, while the rabbit is calm, collected, and totally in control of this whole situation.
This is it, the moment of truth. The lion peers into the well, and he sees exactly what his ego wants him to see. A huge, ferocious rival that's worthy of his anger. He doesn't see himself. He sees a threat to his crown, made even bigger by the water. His own pride has made him completely blind.
So, the trap has been laid perfectly. The bait has been taken, and now we come to the story's powerful, and let's be honest, inevitable conclusion.
In one final, explosive burst of pure arrogance, the lion becomes the cause of his own downfall. He wasn't beaten by another animal, he was beaten by his own reflection.
by his own inability to see past his rage and his pride.
And just like that, the tyrant is gone. The small, clever rabbit goes back to the other animals, not as a victim, but as the hero who saved them all. His brilliant plan restored peace, proving that true leadership isn't about being the strongest, it's about being the smartest. The jungle was finally free.
So what's the big takeaway from all this? Well, it boils down to this timeless saying, Buddhi bal se badi hoti hai. Intellect is greater than strength. It's such a powerful reminder that the best weapon you have isn't your muscle, it's your mind.
And that kind of leaves us with one final thought. This isn't just some old story. It's a lesson as is true today as it ever was. So think about it. In our world, a world that seems to value power and force so much, where do we see intelligence, strategy, and wit winning against the odds? It's definitely something to chew on. Thanks for joining me for this one.